guys from Eugene, Oregon, and here we are in Dawson Creek, British Columbia, at the start of the Alaskan Highway. We have about 1,000 more miles left to go.
Slow down, don't move too fast or it will make you drown.
One of the things I love about Canada is the different types of candies that they have here, and we're at the gas station. And while Jim fills up with Def and does all the dirty work, I'm going to talk to you about candy, Canadian candy. Years ago when I was a little kid, I loved Canadian candy. I came through here with my parents, fell in love with Aero bars, Cadbury's. Actually, this is more interesting. We're going to try to figure out how to pop the hood. I think does he know you have to pop the hood from the inside and then open it from the outside. I don't know if he popped it from the inside yet. Do I be nice and just let him figure it out, or should I show him?
Button?
Ooh, there has to be a button, so let's find the button. Yay, he found the button. Oh my god. You know, I should probably go out there and make sure he puts it in the right hole. What do you think? Yeah, I mean, granted it's a Mercedes, but come on. Is there a button? Let's go check it out. I gotta watch this. I'm dying. Okay, so yeah, he was able to find the hood pop and pop the hood. He was able to find where to put the Duff too. Little things we don't think about, you know. We've never had a diesel engine. Don't judge us. He's the type of guy who we're going to have to give him a little bit of a break. He works in an office, really hard worker, not very mechanically inclined. As I make this video, he's actually out there talking to somebody, very much a people person in certain situations. Yeah, look, check this out. Random people again, something I gotta get used to, and that's okay. Okay, so what was I talking about? Yes, he found it. He found where to put the Duff. There's a little bit of overflow. We discovered we need a funnel. Little things, you know, not thinking about it. Don't judge us. We'll figure this out. So let me talk about candy. Canadian candy. I bought this for myself. I promised my family that I would bring some back. Delicious. And it's probably just because it's different and we can't get it in the States. So this is a crunchy sponge toffee-like candy. And there's also Aero bars that I love, and their Cadbury used to be delicious, but I think that Cadbury changed years ago, and I think America bought them, and I could be wrong on that, but Cadbury is no longer like European chocolate. I think it's made by Hershey's now. Anyway, first fill up with Def, first Canadian candy bar, discovery that we need a funnel. Moving on. Oh, I think he's done talking to random people. Let's go.
Reconcile, we gotta move into a common ground. I wanna trip with you. You are not alone in this. I'm by your side.
So we knew we needed a water filter, and we finally picked one up at our last stop at Walmart. We haven't been drinking the water that we put into the camper so far. We've been boiling it in the morning to make coffee, and that's about it. I have drinking water that I've been drinking. So Jim's hooking up the water filter. Gonna hook up some free hootable or potable, depending on how you want to say it. I've heard both versions. So I lied. Another learning curve. Check the water. Make sure that it runs before you put on the water filter. So no free water today. That's okay. We still have a third of a tank of water. Not stressed about it. We're learning so much as we go along, guys. Seriously. You're probably laughing at us, which is fine. That's why we're doing this. We're doing this because we're total rookies, no idea what we're doing, and figuring it out along the way. And hopefully if you're watching this, hopefully if you're watching this, you're learning from our mistakes too, because there's a lot of people out there who've never even gone out and done anything like this, so we're doing this for you. I gotta tell you, I'm getting kind of used to this too. We're used to tent camping, throwing everything in the back of the car and just going. If you guys know us, for those of you who know us, you know that we just load up with whatever we need. Usually it's just sleeping bags, some easily eaten food, and we just go. I guess we're getting kind of soft, and this is making me even softer. Although I'm surrounded by bees right now, I bet you I have this on a bee's nest. Yeah. Just outside of Taylor right now. In so many ways, this is like buying a new home and a new car, and we've just kind of combined the two together, because when you buy a new home, there's learning curves, right? We'll figure it out.
Let go. I got you through the woods of your time. I wanna trip with you.
So we've been kind of on the search for water. We weren't really desperate for it, but we're at this tiny little campground and pulled up, and the lady was super nice, and we're gonna fill up on water. Once I find out what this campground is called, I'll let you know. It was really nice of her. And we're using our water filter for the first time, but this place is really cute, kind of near the highway, but super friendly. It's funny because every time we fill up with water, I ask Jim, do we need the water pump on? Because it doesn't seem to make any noise. It's quiet. Silent. I mean, how do we know that the water's going through? I'm looking at the gauge, of course. It's just too quiet. I mean, water's going through the hose, so that's a good sign. We stopped into Coffee Creek Campground, and they were nice enough to let us fill up our water. And we weren't too worried about water, but it's nice to have it just in case we need it.
Yeah, everywhere that we've stopped, the water's been turned off. So it's like, well, let's try this place. And let us fill up.
Let us fill up. Super nice people. It's an RV park with, there's no like typical RV park. I guess we have started to discover, you know, there's no privacy, but need somewhere to stay for the night. Coffee Creek Campground, you rock. Thank you. Turn off of the highway onto the old Alaska highway, and it's pretty amazing. Just chilling. It's kind of crazy to think that I'm now on the same road that my grandmother went up about 65 years ago, when she threw all her stuff in a car, put my dad in a car, and hit the highway. They left Texas and headed up to Alaska together. Single mom, alone. Took them up there, and she started teaching. She became the principal of Maine Junior Senior High School in Fairbanks, and later went up to teach in Barrow, and then later became a Dean of Women at Western State University, which is pretty damn awesome for a woman of her time. And I look at this road and I can't believe she did that. A little bit of history right here for us and our family, and I'm so thankful that we're here. This bridge is pretty cool too. to leave this beautiful site that Ian and Danika found for the night, and we joined them. It was so much fun. We couldn't ask for more beautiful weather. And putting out the forest fire. Putting out our fire, headed up the road. I think we're headed to Laird Hot Springs today. Little spot off the Alaskan Highway.